stick around.
Hey, you gonna wash chinch and Biff? You got a date? Wonderful! I've been wondering why you polished the car so careful. Don't forget the hubcaps. Get the chamois to the hubcaps. Use newspaper on the window. It's the easiest thing. Pad it up. Use it like a pad. That's it. Good work. Biff, first thing we gotta do when we get time is clip that branch over the house. Tell you what, we'll get a rope and sling her around and go up there with a couple of saws and take her down. As soon as you're finished with the car, Biff, I'd like to see her. I got a surprise for you, boy. I was right.
Really, dear?
What is he doing?
I was right!
Shh, God almighty, Mom. How long has he been doing this?
It'll pass by morning.
Shouldn't we do anything?
Oh, my dear, there's a lot you should do, but there's nothing you can do, so go to sleep.
I've never heard him so loud before, Mom.
Come around more often, you'll hear him.
Why didn't you write me about this?
For over 3 months, you had no address.
I was on the move. But you know I thought of you all the time.
I know, Dick. But he likes to have a letter.
He isn't like this all the time, is he?
It's when you come home, he's always the worst. Right, you're coming, he's all smiles, talks about the future. And then the closer you seem to come, the more shaky he gets. By the time you get here, he's arguing. He always seems angry at you. Why are you so hateful to each other? Why is that?
I'm not hateful, Mom.
But you no sooner come in the door than you're fighting.
I don't know why. I'm trying, Mom.
Are you home to stay now?
I don't know. I want to look around.
Biff, you can't look around all your life.
I just can't take hold, Mom. I can't take hold of some kind of life.
Biff, a man is not a bird, come and go with the springtime.
Your hair got so gray.
It's been gray since you were in high school. I just stopped dyeing it, that's all.
Oh, dye it again, will you? I don't want my pal looking
You're
old.
such a boy. But you've got to get it into your head now that one day you'll knock on this door and there'll be strange people
What
here.
are you talking about? You're not even 60
But what
yet.
about your father?
Well, I meant him too.
Biff, dear, if you don't have any feelings for him, then you can't have any feelings for
Well,
me.
sure I can.
No! You can't come just to see me. Because I love him. He's the dearest man in the world to me now. I won't have anyone making him feel unwanted and low and blue. You've got to make up your mind now. Either he's your father, and you pay him that respect, or you're not to come here.
Hey, Biff!
What the hell's the matter with him?
Don't near him!
Stop making excuses for him. He's always wiped the floor with you. Never had an ounce of respect for you. He's got no character, spewing out that vomit from his mind. People are worse off than Willie Loman. Believe me, I've seen them.
I don't say he's a great man. Willie Loman never made a lot of money. He's not the finest character that ever lived, but he's a human being, and a terrible thing is happening to him. So attention must be paid. He's not to be allowed to fall into his grave like an old dog. Attention must be finally paid to such a person. You called him crazy.
But I didn't mean...
No, a lot of people think he's lost his balance. But you don't have to be very smart to know what his trouble is. The man is exhausted. He works for a company 36 years this March, opens up unheard of territories. And now, in his old age, they take his salary away.
Those ungrateful bastards.
Are they any worse than his sons? When he brought them business, when he was young, they were glad to see him. Now the old buyers that loved him so always had some more to hand him in a pinch. They're all dead, retired now. He used to be able to make 6-7 calls a day in Boston. Now he takes his valises out of the car. He puts them back in. He takes them out again. He's exhausted. Instead of walking, he talks now. He drives 700 miles, and when he gets there, no one knows him anymore. And what goes through a man's mind driving 700 miles without having earned a cent? Why shouldn't he talk to himself? Why? When he has to go to Charlie and borrow $50 a week and pretend to me that it's his pay. How long can that go on? How long? You see what I'm waiting for? And you tell me he has no character? The man who never worked a day but for your benefit? When does he get the medal for that? Is this his reward? To turn around at the age of 63 and find his son, who he loved better than his life, a philandering bum?
Mom.
That's all you are, my baby. That's all. What happened to the love you had for him? You were such pals. I used to talk to him on the phone every night. How lonely he was till he could come home to you.
All right, Mom. Live here in my room, and I'll get a job. I'll stay away from him, that's all.
No, Biff. You can't stay here and fight all the time.
He threw me out of the house, remember that.
Why did he do that? I never knew why.
As I know he's a fake. He doesn't want anyone around who knows.
Why a fake? In what way?
It's between me and him, that's all I have to say. I'll chip in from now on. He'll settle for half my paycheck. He'll be all right. I'm going to bed.
He won't be all right.
I hate the city and I'll stay here. Now what do you want?
He's dying, Biff.
Why is he dying?
He's been trying to kill himself.
How?
I live from day to day.
What are you talking about?
Well, last month. Oh, Biff, it's so hard to say a thing like this. He's just a big, stupid man to you. But the lights blew out. I went down to the cellar. And behind the fuse box, it just happened to fall out. It was a length of rubber pipe. There's a little attachment on the end of it. I knew right away. Sure enough, on the bottom of the water heater, there's a new little nipple on the gas pipe.
Oh, did you have it taken off?
I'm ashamed to. How can I mention it to him? Every day I go down, I take away the little rubber pipe. But when he comes home, I put it back where it was. How can I insult him that way? Biff, I tell you, I know every thought that goes on in his mind. Oh, it sounds so old-fashioned and silly, but he's put his whole life into you. And you've turned your back on him. Oh, Biff, I swear to God, Biff, his life is in your hands.
All right, pal, all right. It's all settled now. I've been remiss. I know that now. But now I'll stay. And I swear to you, I'll apply myself. It's just, you see, Mom, I don't fit into business. Not that I won't try. I'll try, and I'll make good.
I have such thoughts. I have such strange thoughts.
Willie, dear, talk to them again. There's no reason why you can't work in New York.
They don't need me in New York. I'm a New England man.
Willie, you're 63 years old. Can't expect you to keep traveling every week. Why don't you go down to the place tomorrow and tell Howard you simply got to work in New York? You're just too accommodating.
If old man Wagner were alive today, I'd be in charge of New York by now. That man was a prince. He was a masterful man. But that son of his, that Howard, why, he don't appreciate. Well, when I went north for the first time, the Wagner Company didn't know where New England was.
Why don't you tell those things to Howard, dear?
I will. I definitely will.
Willie? What has Biff got against you?
I'm so tired, don't talk anymore.
Will you ask Howard to let you work in New York?
First thing in the morning.
Hello, Willie, come in.
Will I have a talk with you, Howard?
Sorry to keep you waiting. Say, aren't you supposed to be in Boston, Willie?
That's why I come to talk
Well, what happened?
about.
What are you doing here?
Well, I tell you, Howard, I've come to the decision that I'd rather not travel anymore.
Not travel?
Remember Christmas time, you said you'd try to find some spot for me here in town.
With us? Oh, yeah. Well, I couldn't think of anything for you, Willie.
Hey, Howard, I don't need much anymore. If I could take home, well, $65.
Yeah,
if
but
I could-
Willie, see, I got...
tell you why, Howard. You know, I'm just a little tired.
Well, I can understand that, Willie, but you're a road
You
man.
know, I was with this firm when your father used to carry you in here in his
I
arms.
know that, Willie.
Well, your father came to me the day you were born and asked me why I thought the name Howard.
I appreciate that, Willie, but there's just no spot here for you.
All I need to set my table is $50 a week. Well, look, it's not a question whether I can sell merchandise, is it?
No, but it's a business, kid. And everybody's got to pull his own weight.
You just let me
Because
tell
you
a
got to
story.
admit, business is
Well,
business.
business is definitely business, but just listen for a minute. You don't understand this one. Well, when I was a boy, I was already on the road, and there was a question in my mind as to whether selling had a future for me. See, in those days, I had this yearning to go to Alaska. There were 3 gold strikes, and I thought I might go out. Well, just for the ride, you might say.
Don't say.
I was almost decided to go when I met the salesman in the Parker house. His name was Dave Singleman, and he was 84 years old, and he drummed merchandise in 31 states. And old David go up to his room, you understand, and put on his green velvet slippers, pick up the phone, and call the buyers, and without ever leaving his room, at the age of 84, he made his living. When I saw that, I realized that selling was the greatest career a man could want. Do you know when he died? By the way, he died the death of a salesman. When he died, hundreds of salesmen and buyers were at his funeral, and things were sad on a lot of trains for months after that. Because in those days, there was personality in it. There was respect, but today it's all cut and dried. There's no chance for bringing friendship to bear. Do you see what I mean? They don't know me anymore.
That's just the thing, Willie.
If I had $40 a week,
I
that's all
can't take
could
blood from a stone.
Dear Al Smith was diamond. Your father.
I've got a
came
line of
here.
people to see us.
Oh, I'm talking about your father. There were promises made over this desk, and you mustn't tell me you've got people to see. I put 34 years in this firm, Howard, and I can't pay my insurance. You can't eat the orange and throw the peel away. A man is not a piece of fruit. No. Pay attention. Your father well, in 1928, I averaged $170 a week.
Now, Willie, you never averaged $170.
I averaged $170 a week in the year 1928. And your father came to me, or rather, is here in the office, over this desk. And he put
Willie.
his hand.
Willie, you can't go to Boston for us. I don't want you to represent us. I've been meaning to tell you that for a long time now.
Howard, are you firing me?
I just think you need a good long rest, Willie. Then
Howard.
come back. We'll try to work something out.
I gotta earn money, Howard. I'm
Where's
in no
your son?
position.
Why doesn't your boy give you a hand? You've got a fine boy, haven't you?
Oh, no
Well,
question.
then that's that, huh?
Oh, all right, I'll go to Boston.
No,
tomorrow.
now look, Willie, I'm busy this morning.
Howard, you've got
I've
to
got
let
a
me
lot
go to
of
Boston.
people to see this morning, Willie. Now pull yourself together. Take 5 minutes, then go home, will ya? I need the office, Willie. Oh, and anytime you can this week, stop by and drop off the samples. You'll feel better, then come back and we'll talk. Pull yourself together, kid. There's people outside.
Bernard!
Uncle Willie.
Well, look
How
who's
are you?
here.
Good to see you.
Well, what are you doing here?
Just stopped by to see Pop. I'm going to Washington in a few minutes.
Is he in?
Yes, he's in his office with the accountant. Sit down, Willie.
Well, what are you going to do in Washington?
Oh, it's just a case I've got there, Willie.
That's so.
Dad tells me Biff's in town.
Yeah, Biston, he's been doing very big things in the West, but he decided to establish himself here. Very big.
Well, what kind of a deal has Biff got?
Well, Bill Oliver, a very big sporting goods man, he decided he needs Biff very badly. Well, he called him in from the West, long distance.
You still with the old firm, Willie?
I'm overjoyed to see that you made the grade, Bernard. Overjoyed. It's an encouraging thing to see a young man really looks very good for Biff. Very. Bernard.
What is it, Willie?
What's the secret? Why didn't you ever catch on?
I wouldn't know that, Willie.
But you were his friend, his boyhood friend. There's something I don't understand about this. From the age of 17, nothing good ever happened to him.
Well, he never trained himself
but
for
he
anything.
did. He did. After high school, he took so many correspondence courses.
Willie, do you want to talk candidly?
I regard you as a very brilliant man, Bernard. I value your advice.
The hell with the advice, Willie. I couldn't advise you. But there's just one thing I've always wanted to ask you. When Biff was supposed to graduate and the math teacher flunked
That
him...
lousy bum ruined his
Yeah,
life.
but Willie, all he had to do was go to summer school.
That's right. That's right.
Well, then why wouldn't he go?
Why? Why, Bernard, that question has trailed me like a ghost for the past 15 years. He flunked a subject and he laid down and died like a hammer hit him.
Willie.
Bernard, was it my fault? You see, it keeps going around in my mind. Maybe I did something
Willie,
to him.
don't get
but you were his
upset about
friend.
this.
Why did he lay down?
Willie. I remember it was June, and our grades came out, and he flunked math. No, it wasn't right then. Biff just got very angry, I remember, and he was ready to enroll in summer school.
He was?
He wasn't beaten by it at all. But then Willie, he disappeared from the block for about a month. I got the idea that he'd gone up to New England to see you. Did he have a talk with you then? Willie?
Yeah, he came to Boston. What about it?
Well, it's just that when he came back, I'll never forget this. It always mystified me. Because I thought so well of Biff. Even though he'd always taken advantage of me, I loved him, Willie. You know? And he came back after that month, and he took his sneakers. Remember those sneakers with University of Virginia printed on them? He was so proud of those. And he took them down in the cellar, and he burned them up in the furnace. We had a fist fight, just the two of us, punching each other in the cellar, and crying right through it. And I've often thought of how strange it was that I knew he'd given up his life. What happened in Boston, Willie? Well, I just bring it up because you asked me.
Nothing. What do you mean? What happened? What are you trying to do? Blame it on me?
Willie,
If the
don't.
boy lays down, is that my fault? Don't talk to me that way. What does that mean? What happened?
Why didn't you answer? I've been knocking for 5 minutes.
What are you doing in Boston?
Why didn't you answer?
I just heard you. I was in the bathroom and you had the door shut. Did anything happen home?
Dad? I let you down.
What do you mean? Biffo, what's this about? Come on, let's go downstairs and get some more.
Dad, I flunked math.
Not for the term.
The term. I haven't got enough credits to graduate.
You mean to say Bernard wouldn't give you the answers?
Tried, but I only got a 61.
They wouldn't give you 4 points?
Birnbaum refused. Absolutely. I begged him, Pop, but he just wouldn't give me those points. You got to talk to him before they close the school. Would you talk to him? He'd like you, Pop. You know the way he could talk.
You're on. We'll drive right back.
That's good work. I'm sure I'll change it for you.
Now go downstairs and tell the clerk I'm checking out. Go.
Is
Go right
somebody
down.
in there?
No, that's the next room.
Somebody got in your bathroom.
No, it's the next room. They're having a party
Can I
tonight.
come in? There's something in the bathtub, Willie, and it's moving.
Oh, you better go back to your room. They must be finished painting by now. Go back.
But I've got to
Get
dressed.
out of here.
I can't.
Go back. This is Mrs. Francis, but she's a buyer. They're painting her room, so I let her take a shower here. Go back, Miss Francis. Go
But
back.
my clothes, Willie. I can't go out in the hall like this. Where are the stockings you promised me?
I have no stockings here.
You had 2 boxes of size 9 shears, and I want.
Here. You get out of here.
I just hope there's no one out in the hall. All I hope.
Well, better get going. I want to get to school first thing in the morning. Get my suits out of the closet. I'll get my valise. Oh, what's the matter? She's a buyer. Buys her J.H. Simmons. Her room's down the hall. Now look, pal. She's a buyer. She sees merchandise in a room and they have to keep it looking just so. All right, get my suits. Now stop crying and do as I say. I gave you an order. Biff, I gave you an order. Is that what you do when I give you an order? How dare you cry? Now look, now. When you grow up, you'll understand about these things. You mustn't overemphasize a thing like this. I'll see Birnbaum first thing in the morning.
Never mind.
Never mind. He's going to give you those points. I'll see to it.
He wouldn't listen to you.
Why, he certainly will listen to me. You need those points for the U of Virginia.
I'm not going there.
What? Oh, well, if I can't get him to change marks, you can make up at summer school. You've got all summer to...
Dad!
Oh, my boy. He's nothing to me. I was lonely.
You gave her Mama's stockings.
I gave you an order!
Don't touch me, you liar!
Apologize for that.
fake, you foil!
I gave you an order. But come back here, Biff, or I'll beat you. I'll whip you. I gave you an order.
gonna miss that train.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going. Goodbye, Willie. And don't take it so hard. You know, if at first you don't succeed.
Yes, I believe in that.
Goodbye, Willie.
Goodbye, boy.
How do you like this kid? Gonna argue a case in front of the Supreme Court.
Pop?
No, the Supreme Court.
Well, I've got to run. Goodbye, Dad.
Knock him dead, Bernard.
The Supreme Court. You didn't even mention it.
You don't have to mention it. He's gonna do it.
And you never told him what to do, did you? You never took any interest in him.
My salvation is that I never took any interest in anything. There's some money, $50.
Charlie, look, I got my insurance to pay. Well, if you can manage it. Well, I draw it from the bank,
Sit
but
down,
Linda would know.
Willie.
I'm keeping account of
Now
everything.
listen
remember.
to me,
I'll
Willie.
pay every penny
What
back.
are you doing? What's going on inside your head? I offered you a job. You can make $50 a week, and I won't send you on the road.
Oh, I've got a job.
Without pay? What kind of a job is a job without pay? Willie, why won't you work for me?
What's the matter with you? I've got a job.
Then what are you walking in here every week
Well,
for?
if you don't want me to walk
I
in here, I
am
don't
offering
need to.
you a job.
I don't want your goddamn
Where
job.
the hell are you gonna go?
You big ignoramus! If you stand to me again one more time, I'll wrap you one. I don't care how big you are.
How much do you need, Willie?
Charlie, I'm strapped. I'm strapped. Well, I don't know what to do. I was just fired.
Hard fired you?
Imagine that. I named him.
Willie, when you gonna learn that them things don't mean nothing? Sure, you named him Howard, but you can't sell that. And the funny thing is, you're a salesman and you don't know that.
I always tried to think otherwise. I guess I always felt that if a man was impressive and well-liked, then
Why
nothing
must
could-
everyone like you? Who liked J.P. Morgan? Was he impressive? In a Turkish bath, he looked like a butcher. But with his pockets on, he was very well liked. Now listen to me, Willie. I know you don't like me. Nobody can say that I'm in love with you. But I'll give you a job because, well, just for the hell of it, let's put it that way. Now, what do you say?
I just can't work for you, Charlie.
What are you, jealous of me?
I can't work for you, that's all.
You've
Don't
been
ask
jealous
me why.
of me all your life, you damn fool. Here. Here's your insurance.
I'm keeping strict accounts.
I got some business to take care of. Take care of yourself, Willie.
Funny, you know, after all the highways and the trains and the appointments and the years, you're worth more dead than alive.
Willie, nobody's worth nothing dead. Did you hear what I said, Willie? Willie?
Apologize to Bernard for me when you see him. Well, I didn't mean to argue with him. He's a fine boy. Well, they're all fine boys. And they'll end up big someday, all of them. Wish me luck, Charlie. He saw Bill Oliver today.
Good luck, Willie.
You know, you're the only friend I got. Isn't that a remarkable thing?
Jesus. It's getting dark, Linda.
How about it, Mom? They'll be closing the gate soon.
Why didn't anybody come? Where were all the people he knew? I can't understand it. This time especially. First time in 35 years, we were just about free and clear. He only needed a little salary.
There were a lot of nice days. When he'd come home from a trip, or on Sundays, making the stoop, finishing the cellar, putting up the new porch. You know something, Charlie? There's more of him in that front stoop than in all the sales he ever made.
Yeah. He was a happy man with a batch of cement.
He had the wrong dreams. All wrong. Never
No,
knew who he was.
Nobody dashed blame this man. Willie was a salesman. And for a salesman, there's no rock bottom to the life. You don't put a bolt to a nut. You don't tell you the law or give you medicine. He's a man riding way out there in the blue, with a smile and his shoe shine. And then they start not smiling back. That's an earthquake. And then you get a spot on your hat and you're finished. Nobody dashed blame this man. The salesman's got to dream, boy. It comes with the territory.
Let's go, Mom.
I'll be with you in a minute. Go on, Charlie. I want you. Just for a minute. I never had a chance to say goodbye. Forgive me, dear. I can't cry. I don't know what it is, but I can't cry. Seems to me you're just on another trip. I keep expecting you. William. Why did you do it? I search. And I search. And I search. And I can't understand it. I made the last payment on the house today. Today, dear. And there'll be nobody home. We're free and clear. We're free. We're free. We're free.